landscapes, where the silent whispers of code breathe life into the machinery of our daily existence. You're listening to Atomics on a Friday. This week, we're joined by the astute Jose Hernandez, alongside our insightful co-host, Michael Haag. Together, they'll unveil the intricacies of a remarkable cybersecurity tool, LOLBASLine. Crafted with the precision of a master watchmaker, LOLBASLine allows us to delve into the hidden nooks and crannies of Windows systems, much like a naturalist explores a pristine forest. So, let's tread lightly and watch with keen ease as we venture into realms where only the most vigilant survive and thrive. Join us on this journey as we peel back the layers of the digital ecosystem, uncovering tools and techniques that fortify our defenses against the ever-lurking predators of the cyber world. Prepare to be enlightened and transformed in the way we perceive and protect our digital realms. Embark on this adventure with us only on Atomics on a Friday. Welcome to the labyrinthine world of digital.
Hey, how's it going? Welcome to Atomics on a Friday. Happy Friday. Hope everybody's having a good Friday. And yeah, we have a special guest today. We're going to be jamming on a sweet tool, and I'll bring our, what is it? What did he say? Our astute Jose Hernandez. Hello. Thank you all for joining. All right, Jose, welcome. Thank you for joining us today.
Hey, how are you?
Good. It's Friday.
Friday, man.
Happy Friday.
That intro was too kind.
This is the intern.
Done a great job, man.
Yes. Yeah, so we'll do the quick intros in case you are new here. I think most people come for the intro of our show anyway, but yeah, Michael Haag. I'm a principal threat researcher here at Splunk, and been jamming and hacking on things for a long time. You might remember me from such projects as Atomics. Oh, I always say that. Atomic Red Team and Living Off the Land Drivers. Yes, I always want to do like a Troy McClure. Remember Troy from The Simpsons?
Yeah.
I always think of that when I say that. I think it's funny. You might remember me from such programs as. But yeah. How about you, Jose? Who are you?
I don't know. I always think of Fry in Futurama. And they're flipping between two personalities.
Absolutely.
Oh man. I honestly excited to share the tool. Thinking a lot about Lua lately.
Oh, Lua. I know.
But just happy it's Friday. I don't know about you.
Yes.
It's been busy.
Yeah, it's been a busy one. I'm excited to see LOLBASLine live. I have a machine that's been hit with it. I gotta find it again. There, it's not it.
The giant calculator.
Yeah. Yes. What did I call it? Big calc. I already forgot. It's just that day. But anyway, if you haven't been following along about Lua over the last couple days, weeks, years, yeah, you may, if you follow me on the Twitters, or if you're listening on Twitters, you may see the tweets about Lua. I think I mostly troll Lua. I'm mostly not serious, but at the same time, I'm serious that Lua is a thing. So I made an audio video. It's on our Atomics on a Friday channel. So if you want to go and click over there, check it out later on YouTube. It's pretty sweet. That's a song, Living on the Lua on the Edge. I thought that was good. Yeah, I was gonna say Living on the Edge, but yeah,
it matches.
Yeah, Lua's a thing. Like I said, I mostly troll it. Mostly troll just just the pieces of it because I think it's interesting. It's a really interesting language, and a lot of things are written in it. A lot of things on the edge.
I think it was written by it's like college in Brazil originally, something like that, or like one of the main developers was Brazilian.
I don't know. I'll have to look at the about. Oh yeah, Brazil.
I worked with Louisville Vieto. He, I think, studied under the PhD of the guy who wrote Lua.
Nice.
A fun fact. Fun fact. Olden days. So I could like dig up his LinkedIn or anything, but like he used to tell me stories about these guys writing this language. Like, yeah, it's pretty interesting.
That is awesome.
Embedded in Mmap, right? Like
yes. Yeah, it's
nowhere and
everywhere.
everywhere at the same time, right? Like
yes, that's exactly Lua.
Oh,
yep.
Landing in the edge devices, living on the edge.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an interesting place, I think, for adversaries to live because it's a spot that there's no EDR. There's typically no network for inspection, and they're dropping these things, they run them, and it puts their implant, their backdoor. They're able to do whatever at that point, and not a lot of folks are seeing it and catching it. So I think it's just a neat space on the edge there in Lua. And there's a really cool project called Offensive Lua, and I think there was recently a Lua JIT malware that was going around, or at least a sample, just a test of it or something. But yeah,
I learned a new thing today.
Oh, you haven't seen Offensive Lua?
I have not.
Offensive Lua is
before this.
pretty cool. Yep.
Binds a shell, bypasses UAC restrictions. Things lit.
Yeah. If you want to
opens URL, oh, MFAs.
Yes, it is good. It's Lua. It's good for the soul. It really is. Everybody should go learn some Lua because it's everywhere, even in your AV. I think that's the funny part is like most AV vendors don't admit it, but Lua is the AV engine.
Again, Mmap script.
Yeah.
How much can you do with an Mmap script? You can do a lot with an Mmap script.
Yeah, practically everything.
And I want to say Snore and Suricata also run Lua, if I'm not crazy about it. Oh, fun fact. You know what runs Lua? Like really nice, actually. OpenResty.
Ah.
OpenResty is an Nginx rework. I don't know what to call it, like a platform on top of Nginx that's just to run Lua. But here's the fun fact. Guess who originally used this project at full scale?
Who?
Cloudflare.
Oh, no joke.
Guess
awesome.
who, like exploit kits love Cloudflare. just gonna say
they have a tag on their blog for Lua, and the Lua JIT and everything for Cloudflare.
Oh yeah, they dig into the writers of OpenResty.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a cool fun fact. We used to work on Lua together. It's pretty crazy.
They write their WAF in Lua. That's pretty cool.
Yep. And in the reverse proxy right there, matching everything, right? Whatever code you want, you can do all kinds of crazy stuff as things comes in and out.
Lua.
Love Lua. I love that.
Lua. love Lua.
It's fun.
Yeah, I know. I had to put an emoji.
I love it.
Well, Jose, I'm excited for this cool share you have to present to the group, gang, the interwebs. I made like a single slide And yeah, just took a quick pick. But I don't know if you just want to demo it. You want me to demo it? We can all demo it. Do demos.
You know, I can maybe, yeah, whatever. We can right into it. Show it.
Yeah.
Show it. Hey, do you think it's worth like 2 minutes of like, maybe why does it even matter? I to some extent, or no, like,
let's do it.
I don't know. We got time, right? We got a little bit of time.
We got time.
All right. It's worth telling a story because, like, you know, like everything is built on the shoulders.
Story.
What is it? Shoulders of giants, kind of thing. Like
story time with Jose.
Oh, I don't know about I don't know about that, but here, let me see if I can show my browser. I should have tried this before, actually. Here. I hope most people are familiar with this project, Living of the Land. If you have,
Lua on the land. Lua in the land. Lua is the land.
Lua, like, again, sure, if you're sticking around this far, you've heard of Living of the Land drivers. Really, Living of the Land drivers was really inspired by Living of the Land binaries. There's an entire farm at this point that people are living off this land. The land is vast and green in this case, right? Like, but this, I think, it's the project started all. Again, Audemars, Bohop, Damien, like all these folks really have done an amazing job with maintaining this. And so you got a bunch of binaries here that people use, right? And these binaries can do bad things, and most people don't use them half the time, right? In the operating system. That's it. Again, as far as that's how I understand it. So one thing that I've seen other folks do, and actually I got to call out here. Let me dig this up, Mike. I promise I was going to share this, and I have to. I promise you. Where is the? Give me 1 second. I'm going to dig this up. The famous. I don't want to give it away.
Yep. So yeah, I think LOLBAS have been around a good solid couple of years, right? I think that's 6 years on that category list. I mean,
did it make it a Gartner? Like, is it real, or
is there a magic quadrant for,
or like at least like mentioned in the report? It's probably has, I'm sure.
Yeah,
like, no doubt about it. Like, invest 10 out of 10. Invest in this, right? Like by 10, right? Like at least, right? Yes. I want to call out Nathan. A lot of this was inspired by really this tweet from Nathan, and this is phenomenal. Like, you have MD, you run this, you're gonna get all the binaries essentially running in your environment that are monitored by MD, and it's so sweet. One of the things are
you sharing that tweet? I don't see the tweet.
Sharing that tweet.
Not sharing the tweet. There it is.
I'm sharing the tweet. I am so sorry. I should learn how to operate the share banners. But yeah, Nathan McNulty. I mean, if you're not following him, please do it. You're gonna have a ton of fun. But this inspired the LOLBASLine project, and the whole idea here is to baseline an environment using LOLBAS binaries, identify LOLBAS binaries. I'm going to call it out the project kind of brute and straight to the point, but because it's brute and straight to the point, I think you'll see the value instantly when we demo it in a minute. I want to hype it up for like 2 minutes, Mike, right? But yeah, again, shout out to Kustos really quickly. The fact that you can actually pull in a CSV like this in the language, so nice, so sweet. But it got inspired through this. I'm gonna jump right into the demo here. Here. I think it's.
You've hyped us on LOLBAS. You've hyped us on pulling it in through KQL.
I know. Just get right into it. Here we go. Where is?
Yeah, you just share your machine, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I gotta find it over here. Where?
I will bring back.
I'm not running much. I don't see.
Okay.
I don't see it on Windows.
Present, and I think it's. Oh, maybe I need to stop. Now try yours. Now you do share screen.
There, I see here.
Cool. There it is.
There you go. All right, now we're live. All right, so I'll show you how to install it. It's using in a second, but basically using PowerShell gallery. It's a PowerShell module.
Nice.
You grab it down. The one thing it does require, it's Git. You need to get in the machine because I'm doing just a Git clone. We could probably update that and actually just make it an API call later down the line. But I just wanted to get version 0 out, right? Yeah, keep it simple. And like the installer for Git works, which is great. You know, like it's easy to get Git on a box, right?
Yeah, just dial down the middle for the install. Everything's a yes.
Yeah, exactly. Just close your eyes and just don't worry about it. By the way, should I make this a little larger?
Yeah, if you can. It's a pretty big resolution on that VM.
Oh.
You can also, oh yeah, there you go. We could do that.
Response time is like.
We want to see mega calc. I mean, ultimately, everyone's here to see mega calc drop.
Do you think? Here you go, mega calc. Here, one more down here. There you go. I think that should be okay here. All right, I'm gonna run it. So actually, before simple help,
Okay.
You can run it no switches, or let me remove this here. Or you can run it in verbose mode. Play with it. You're gonna push an update. Hopefully, and like after this, after here, Atomics on a Friday, we're gonna push an update. I think you're gonna enjoy if you run it without verbose mode. But for now, we're gonna run in verbose. Saves automatically the results into results CSV. Again, super simple. I'm gonna kick it off because it takes about 10 minutes to run, and we'll walk through a bunch of stuff as is running in the background. And Mike, I'm not gonna actively start closing stuff.
Don't. We need jumbo calc. Mega
jumbo calc.
Yes.
So first thing, I just had it run earlier, but it basically tries to clone the repo, and then under the hood is just running every single binary and trying to manage its output if it fails or not. And then it's grabbing. So first thing it'll do it is like, hey, is this present on the system? It just does a path check. Like, hey, is the path in LOLBAS matching whatever you have in your system? And did it execute? Sometimes it just straight up fails where it won't run it and you get a failure. Since it's not present, sometimes it won't execute. And sometimes it is present, but you'll end up getting some error during execution. But the ones that, again, you want to think about. So all of these other conditions, I mostly would recommend to ignore at least out of the gate if you're tuning living up an environment against living up the binaries. But the ones that do execute and are present, I think those are the ones you want to sort by and start looking at. Do I really need these in my environment? Right? Like, is this really helping me in my life and defending my organization? Right? I don't know, Mike. You want to say anything about the ones that execute and are present?
Hey, can you right-click at the top of your PowerShell window?
Yeah.
And then go to, I think it's properties. We're just going to fix your resolution real quick on the terminal if it shows up. There you go. Go to settings. Oh, this is a fancy one.
Yeah.
Is it under appearance? I can't remember.
Trying to make it big?
Yep. Make it jumbo.
Make it jumbo here. I can just do a zoom.
Okay. Yeah, if you wouldn't mind just zooming it in just a little bit. We want to see things paint.
No, I just did a close off.
Oh no.
That's all right. We'll kick it off.
Okay. We'll repaint the screen. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, like for LOLBAS in general, right? I think most orgs, there's only a couple you really need daily, which is probably your, command and PowerShell. But all of these others, you most likely never see ran on most regular endpoints. I always think of like MS build or install util. Those two are very developer driven and focused. You probably don't ever see them running just kind of randomly. Something I always used to baseline is, he'll zoom in just a second. Something I always like baselining with LOLBAS is interactive use versus like developer use. And like you'll note with like a developer, they will typically just run it straight from, say, like Visual Studio. Whereas like an actor or adversary is like terminal running MS build file from either the same folder or a different path. So I always think those are interesting places to look and monitor. And if you're using Nathan's KQL, if you have MDE, it's obviously a really quick, easy way to find out where they all are. I can also share my screen, Jose. I have it ready to rock.
Oh yeah, here I totally. This is the box I was messing with.
No, yeah. Let me. I'll pull this guy up because this one has a very important screen open, and I just want to remind everybody that my AV is completely up to date. So when you're doing your testing, you want to make sure your AV is solid. Oh, okay. Here, let's enhance props. Let's go to font. We'll go to 20. Hopefully that's better. You look over on your side. A little bit better. One more time. Props, font, 24. Okay. Invoke. And then we did a -H. Path, output, verbosity. I'll just do verbose because I think that's your paint, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it downloads the repo. I think you mentioned that. And then once it gets the repo, it starts to kick them off. Tells you if it's there, whether that execution occurred. And so, Jose, these are basically pulling the tests from the LOLBAS project, right? It's executing each one in the YAML.
Yeah. So basically, if it's worth opening one of those YAMLs up. Here, let me, if you don't mind. Oh, as that's running, or I can send you the here. Let me send you the. Open any of these ones up here.
These are exciting.
By the way, I should probably paste the project URL in here and Nathan's tweet too.
Let me open up the LOLBAS project. Oh, okay.
I pasted it here on the
I already got it here. Oh, cool. Thank you. I was just gonna pull up, add in util. So basically just runs these tests straight from here.
Yep, it iterates through them. There's a bunch. That's why you'll see in the printer, you'll see the connection or bash 3 times. There's 4 tests for bash essentially, so it runs every single one of them.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Here, and I finally got this thing back up and loaded, but I still need to adjust. It's fancy.
It's okay. We're on the lookout for jumbo calc at this rate. We got little calc.
It'll take how long did it take to run this whole thing? All of them? There's a ton of them. So I
think it was 10 less. Yeah, about 10 minutes. Yeah.
Solid.
It's pretty cool.
Man, I need to figure out. Finally got here.
And I'll post Nathan's tweet. Whee. Jumbo calc. Probably doesn't happen a second time.
One of the cool things. Here, let me
just run this.
Yeah,
I never noticed. Oh. Sorry.
So one of the cool things is once this is done, right, you end up with the CSV of the stuff that executed. And now all right, this is all the stuff that you have in your machine that really runs from this project that has a bunch of reference of how it gets abused, right? You'll see it on the results CSV, but then it's what do I do with this, right? What's next, right?
What's next?
Yeah.
Do you just monitor for them? Wait for them to pop off?
I think what I would do is start writing policies for blocking some of these, especially if they don't make any sense in your environment. What do you have endpoints that are not developers running MS build, to your point?
Yep.
You really need that in there. Boom. Now you just remove an entire surface of attack. Just kill, nuke an entire way to get into the box, right? And essentially, using embedded tools, right? Not to go buy something else. Oh yeah. It's bad, man.
It's finding threats left and right. Like this is a good day. Jumbo calc.
Need to increase the font. That's how you get jumbo.
Yeah, I don't know how that occurred earlier because
By the way, I guess it goes without notice, like saying that don't run it in a production box, right? Like,
oh yeah,
there's a big warning label somewhere in the repo. Like,
that's a good point.
Don't run it in a production box just for your own sanity. Like,
is there a warning? Yes. Warning.
Yeah, big warning in there. Again, and I kind of skipped through that. Thank you, Mike, for saving me with your box. And I have finally was able to get the magnification here on this one going. Trying to get our upgrade pushed out live, but
yes, that's awesome.
It's throwing me errors, so I'll do it after this. But yeah, again, I one thing to call out, like it's super easy to install.
Whoa.
Here, I'll drop the installation instructions, like I mentioned earlier. Have fun with it. Run it on one of your machines. Again, not production, but like something you can like throw away and now not worry about it, right? Like, and definitely there's if you don't have patience like me, in the repo there is a example CSV on like running.
That's cool.
What we ran it already a few times on like native Windows 11 Pro.
Yeah.
Right? Here, I'll drop this.
Under static.
It's a gist.
Oh.
Yeah. Here, I pasted it's right on there. Here, I'll drop the gist in the chat.
Sorry, my machine is dinging at me. Defenders.
Oh yeah.
Out over here.
Plays the tune, right?
Still no jumbo calc.
Q. What is that? That mouse song, The Belt. Cue the belt. Like absolutely.
There it is. Cool.
Actually,
yeah.
I sent you the wrong thing. I'm so sorry. Here, let me.
This is why we do it live.
This is why we do it live.
Calc. I think ultimately, what I'm getting from this is just block calc, and you prevent like
a lot
way more things.
Exactly.
Yeah. I wonder how I got jumbo calc earlier. It totally was like, maybe it's coming up. Maybe Defender blocked jumbo calc. Goodness. Get out of here.
You know, one of the things I just thought out loud, Mike, might be a good idea. It's no, I guess. Again, like if I highly recommend, like if you have MD, Nathan's one-liner, it's golden. If you want to mess with this in your local machine, this you have a little fun with it, run it. Go through what the output looks like. There you go. There you go.
The one thing that I do like about this a little bit more is that it's running every LOLBin. Where in Atomic Red Team, we don't have every single one of them, or every single one of them with a working like payload or whatnot. So like this is cool, even whether it works or not. Like it's still checking the presence. It's still attempting to load something. So you're still going to see that command line and something running for the ones that are on the box. Where like in Atomic, we don't have all of these. So at least you're all at once able to kind of like flip through and say, give me everything. Here's the Notepad version. But yeah, so we got path presence.
I loaded the results into Google Doc.
Oh, cool. You want me to share?
Yeah. Let's see. Let's just drove through. Let's dumpster dive. So I filtered it out by again, this is was it Windows
What 11?
11 Pro 22 H2, right?
Mm-hmm.
So present and execute it.
I was gonna say, I think the only like prereq for some of them is gonna be like the Windows SDK or some kind of dev tools and stuff for the ones that are not present. Wow, that's quite a bit.
Yeah, off the top, you need all of these in your endpoint, or maybe yours you do, but like on.
I need them. I don't know about your machine.
Right, exactly. Or accountants, or a kiosk for that matter of fact, or whatever, right? Like, like I don't know. Some of the stuff here is like, okay.
PCA Lua. PC Lua.
SSH, baby. There you go.
Yeah, native SSH. Isn't that amazing?
Yes.
And we're getting sudo soon.
We're in 2024, man. The future's now. Linux is Windows. Windows
is. Yeah, right.
Where's Mac? Oh man, that trifecta, right? Like, oh man.
What is it? WSL, Windows Subsystem for Linux. WSM, Windows Subsystem for Mac. Wait, they're like the same.
Spider-Man pointing.
It's like,
oh,
that's
man.
cool, man.
Yeah,
it's very awesome.
I found it useful. I hope everybody else does too. And again, it's open source, so definitely takes feedback.
Yeah, I think
you need more ASCII art. I think.
Yeah, ASCII art.
I think that's the next update to the mod like gallery. It's because it needs more ASCII art. That's really what is missing, I think.
Yeah, you should have started.
This is alpha. You know, let's call it alpha. It's rushed out. It's not
rushed
really
out
without the alpha. You know what? No, never mind. This is pre-alpha, like pre-revenue, pre-alpha without the ASCII.
Yes. Yeah, there's no ASCII. This isn't real yet.
It's not real. Not real without this. Oh man,
that's amazing.
Can't believe it. We made it. It's Friday.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we need ASCII art. Everyone's asking for it now, Jose.
I will work on it. I promise.
Come Monday morning, we're gonna have Monday morning.
I'll push a new PowerShell gallery. Definitely won't crash the previous one. Maybe implemented the API calls directly. Damien from like LOLBAS, he did some amazing work. Like you can pull LOLBAS down in CSV or I think JSON format for the API, and spent a ton of time on that. It's so sweet.
That's awesome.
Yeah. He recently added tagging capabilities to a LOLBAS project. Super nice too.
That's cool. I guess I haven't hung out enough in there. I think you mentioned it to me, the tagging piece, but can we see that on the UI? Or
you do here. Let me dig up an example.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Install. Check it out.
Okay.
Let me.
Since we're living off the land today. Go.
So install utils.exe. Check it out.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Yeah. Some format.
Oh, let me get this out of the way. Oh. How cool.
You get that across. A bunch of them have a bunch of like now additional tags to it. It's pretty cool.
That is awesome.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I saw it being implemented. By the way, you want to see the actually, I think it's worth showing 2 seconds the demo in the repo. Like,
oh, okay. I have something to share. I wanted to share the farm because
go. Good call.
Yeah, I was gonna say since we're like showing off the land, we might as well show off the farm.
There's a lot here, right? Like,
yeah, there's so many projects now. Like this one from, oh gosh, I forgot its name, but Broken Sound or Broken Lab, living off false positive. I thought that was super cool. It's a really neat one. There's this one called Living Off the Land Drivers, whatever that is. All the oldies are here too. GTFO, LOLBAS, the LOTS project. These ones are really cool. I really like the LOTS one. And what else? Yeah, this one
Maui guy. Oh man.
Yep.
That's
I
really like. I mean, pop it open really quickly. Pop it. I love the DL, the way he visualizes the different DL.
Yeah.
Here. Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, like you can like it's neat because you can like drill down into these things. I thought that was pretty cool. And I have shared one thing I wish.
Living Up the Trusted side. I have never heard of this.
Really? Yeah, this one's my jam. I've actually contributed a couple. That's what I was gonna say. I was like, oh yeah, I was gonna show off. If I can remember which ones I contributed. Yeah, ix.io. And there's a couple other ones in here that I shared with him. But yeah, there's some cool ones, like just like legit sites where you can host code, you can store files or whatever it may be.
That's so cool.
Tags them, phishing, exfil, download, and things like Bitly. And yeah.
You know what we need? And I don't know if it's out there or not, but like Living Up the RMM, remote management monitoring tool. We need one of those. I know we talked about it.
Yes.
I know. Yes. Sorry to bring it up. I know. But
we just need to do it.
We need more hours, more days.
Yeah. But yeah, there's some really good ones in here. This one was a CI/CD one. I think I may have contributed this one because I find them randomly. Like a lot of the folks who run these projects, they don't like crazily publicize them, which I don't know why, but just kind of come across them and I'm like, wow, these are cool. And then like you can kind of like dig in here. So this is like using CI to run MS build stuff or whatever in the pipes.
You can easily, as a defender, I'm sure you can easily spend like months upon months implementing detections for this stuff.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like this is such again, this is me thinking out loud here. Like you look at some of these projects. Like, is there a vendor going through that? Like purposely, maybe, I don't know. Like,
but
like we saw load drivers
purposely going through it, but also purposely implementing them and keeping it up to date. That would be like the trick, right?
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of management.
It's a lot of work. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, LOL certs was cool. This is one that, so when we worked on LOL drivers over time, like legit certificates being used in bad ways, like leaked, malicious, things like that. Like, yeah, it's certificates are sketchy, and that's something Naz and I we dug in.
The trust
Naz and I dug into some weird certs one week, and it was like, I think we found over, I want to say like 2,000 files signed by the same thing. And it was just pivoting on.
Did it look legitimate, or was it like an obvious?
Oh yeah, it was Microsoft signed. Those are the worst. Those are the worst. Yeah, they're using the portal somehow. They're getting access to it, and they're just like getting them signed. And yeah, I don't know. There's a lot here.
Vietnam flashback. Like, remember when Komodo got popped? Like,
oh yeah, yeah.
Certs and. Wow, like yeah. Malevolent Creek and Hell Divers flashback. Like holy moly.
I mean, what was it? Microsoft announced this week. Was it like free code signing or something like that, or not free, but it was like code signing. David Weston, Twitter. That was some kind of new signing thing. Yeah, trusted signing service just hit public preview. Sign all your code. And yeah, I don't know. It's probably cool to sign your stuff, but I just feel like even if adversaries can pay for domains, they'll easily pay for $10 a month.
No.
Public and private signing. Yeah.
Cloudflare's here like awkward.
Live off the territory.
Oh man, what is that? Thinking of like Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck hunting season.
Yes, hunting wabbits.
Exactly.
All right, this is one I have not seen. LOLBAS CTI driven.
Nice.
Oh, look at this. That's cute. Got my spiders. Oh,
and it starts with the LOLBAS and it spiders out to like the different APTs.
yeah. Can you
How
zoom
cool.
out? Ooh.
There you go.
Associated malware.
Cool. Filter by APTs on the baseline ones.
Yeah, this is JSON crack. Oh,
JSON crack.
Sigma. Does it work?
Embedded, nice.
Word.exe. Windward. Oh, maybe I'm not doing it right.
No, you gotta paste the entire thing.
I don't know. There we go.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, look at that. Our third co-host. Click buttons. Okay, cool. Neat. This is new.
Yeah, man.
Newer. I don't know where this one came from.
I don't know. I think I saw one once, maybe. What was the other?
I don't know. Mad. Miter?
What?
Is this a miter?
Yeah. No.
There's a CVE one here too. Oh, so fresh.
Now we're browsing the internet.
Yep.
We're off the rails, man.
Yeah. Thanks for hanging out. Watching the farm. I know. Like, wow, good job. You can click.
Pretty awesome.
Oh, that's funny.
Listen,
awesome, man.
If you work in cybersecurity, you don't have like a healthy like squirrel thing, then something's wrong. Like like
Yes.
If you're not squirreling, something is wrong. Like I love it. Love it.
All the farmers.
Have the things. I mean, listen, I'm still like
flashbacking
on the fact that we found, well, it brings a lot of people, but like the Microsoft engineer found that backdoor on the package library X. So it's just too slow.
Yeah.
What a rabbit hole.
What were we talking about yesterday regarding that? Was that a Lua conversation and I brought that up? Or is that something else?
I think it was the Lua conversation where like, support analyzing.
Yeah. It's like files. You ship a diag to like your edge device provider, and they're like, oh hey, this file looks fishy, and like that's the only way we know that these little backdoors pop in. And it's just like that with the XZ thing. It's the same thing. It's like, oh, I had failed auth attempts. Hey, this is using more CPU than usual. Interesting.
Deep dive, like squirrel. Let's see why.
I think that was the other thing I mentioned is like how many any of the providers of all these hardware appliances, like or software, whatever, edge device software things, how many of the actual, like, I don't want to call them tier one, but the support team who gets those packages or helps the customer with something, how many actually know Lua to understand that, this code or this new implant or this thing was added, outside of maybe like running like some kind of like FIM sweep to validate, or not even looking at that data at all, right? Like they just get the package, they troubleshoot and they fix the thing and they ship it back, or they give them the update or tell them what to turn on or off, It's how many of these things just fly by, even by support, it's, I don't know. Lua thoughts. That's all.
Unmeasurable metric, I think, current day.
Yeah. I
have no idea, but yeah, like I'm sure more than the ones that we see today, for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
The number, right? Like that's sure. At least one more.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. It's interesting.
So I hope everybody enjoys that LOLBASLine project.
Yeah.
If you do cool stuff with it,
I'm excited for the ASCII art.
He needs ASCII. That's it.
And
go.
Yeah, I'm stoked about
maybe
that.
a logo, but who cares? I mean, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Oh, you mentioned the demo.
Oh, yeah. If you want to spend 2 more minutes having fun, I recorded the whole thing accelerated in 20x.
I didn't realize your mouse was going around trying to stop it.
Playing Windows Defender, literally.
That is awesome.
Oh man,
it's like that Shaq meme where he's like swatting everything.
Oh man, yeah, exactly. Fruit Ninja, but like
Fruit Ninja.
LOLBAS. LOLBAS Ninja, right? I don't know. No, not really.
Yes. Yeah. Any questions or issues? Ship them. Open up a PR or open up a Gitish. You can find Jose on Twitter and LinkedIn and somewhere, everywhere.
Miami, somewhere. Location.
Yeah, dude. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining today. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Mike.
Cool.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
I miss Paul. Can't believe.
I know. I miss Paul too. I wish he was here.
Yeah, it's okay.
Next time. We will find something else to show.
I got to drop another tool to show up again.
Yes. You drop tools, you show up.
Next time is one of I'll think about it. I have one in mind.
I can share a little tool. Let me see. We have a second. This is after show at this point. This VM is destroyed with calculator. Let me find here it is. Okay. All I have, like when you show your computer, like your lab environment's desktop, it just feels like you're like showing someone like a little bit of your life, and because people always look around, right? They're like, oh, what is that? Like, ooh, what are you doing there? I always think I think it's funny. Anyway, here's my little thing. I'll share this. This is the after show.
After show.
Yes.
After
all right.
hours.
So yes, I wrote a little tool. I've been geeking out on HTAs lately, and I think I told someone this the other day. I was like, red teams use HTAs, well, bringing it back for the blue teamers, and so I wrote this little thing. It's just it's just HTA. Inside it is just a bunch of like functions to do different things upon button clicks. So mainly meant to simulate different shortcut link execution testing and things like that. So like you click this, it creates a command, creates an LNK on disk. And then once you run it, or it runs it automatically, but you can go in here and you can see the target. And they all do their own little thing, like, oh, hey, look, little VB script one right here. You can go here too. It just runs like that. Oh, wait, that's a different one. That's this one. Yeah, that's the one. I'm sorry. This one does a PowerShell script. It writes an LNK that then runs PowerShell. So kind of cool because we're seeing a lot of LNKs. So I made that. That's just my little LNK tester. Yes, SQL dumper, VC runtime, side loading, evils, all in here. For those that are looking around, yes, this is slash and grab.
So let me see again the how it executes LNK on the command line. I'm curious.
Yeah, so on the back end, it's just running. Oops, it just like literally spawns it. It just runs it. So it'll write the LNK. It then just runs it. So
whatever you want.
Yep. Run the shortcut, and then so it's just pretty quick. Just a good way to test LNK stuff. Obviously, like an evil LNK is like command exe/c PowerShell obfuscated command, encoded command. But yeah, pretty cool. I like that stuff. I have other ones. Link gen. It is neat. While we're still here. Since you asked, no.
That's pretty awesome.
Okay, one more HTA. Again, please don't make fun of me. What is this one called? Oh yeah. This is my atomic DLL sideload .hta. Drop it on your desktop because all HTAs belong on a desktop. Thank you, LMK. I guess I should show what this is doing. If you remember recently, there was this wine loader campaign where basically they shipped in an HTA. It came in, I think it came through like a zip HTA. Evil things occurred after that. So basically mimicking that in the sense of like, base64 zip file embedded in here. And then it writes it to disk as a TXT. And then it unzips it, decodes it, unzips it, writes it to disk into C Windows task. And then from there, it'll prompt you. We do a side, we're not using the side load that was used in the campaign, which if you were looking over here, that's where the SQL dumper and the evil DLL reside. This is just using a side load from Atomic Red Team called GUP, and that comes from Notepad++. It's a vulnerable version of GUP or DLL sideload bone thing. So yeah, just double tap that. Wait a second, and it says, "Are you ready?" Like are you sure you want to run this? And then, sorry, I like totally spaced out. And then you hit OK. Everyone was like, "Whoa!" Yes, not a jumbo calc, but you get a calc. So, and then yeah,
that's pretty sweet.
Yeah,
I love it.
Show you that? I didn't show you this.
No.
Oh, okay, man. We need to hang
out.
Pretty
sweet, man.
I have more. Should I do one more?
Do one more. We got time.
All right, one more. We got time. We're after show, so okay. All right, so this one is my atomic app locker.hta. This one is going to be coming out soon for a blog I am writing on implementing app locker and using app locker and things like that. So this is what is meant to help with testing out your app locker config. So you have app locker deployed. Say you're deploying the default rules. Is that what this is? Oh, look at that. It's already here. So you have the default rules enabled. Remember, built-in administrator can basically run everything. I think, unfortunately, I don't have any other users on this computer. But if you run this as a low privilege user, you'll get different results. But in our case, because we're just going to do the quick short version of our demo, where'd that HTA go? Too many HTAs right here. Same concept, just click your buttons. So on the back end, it will just do similar to LinkGen. It just writes like a VB script, JS file, command, bat, and it just puts them on disk in like the user profile, and then it'll run it. Because because by your default rules here allows you to run everything from program files in the Windows folder, but everything outside of that scope should be blocked as a regular user. And so if I run this as admin, of course it's going to work. Just gives you a quick prompt telling you that these work. And if you were a low priv, it would basically block it all. You can this actually creates a bat file on disk and runs it. This one will actually run a HTA that it has embedded in it. So it writes it and then it runs it. The idea is that, well, you should wait for the blog and then retweet it and post in all your favorite places. But the idea is that app locker is pretty specific on what it can block. So executables, script files, it's very limited on the script files. And so you can't just say for executable rules, like you can't just say block HTAs. And that's what this test does. And it's meant to kind of show like it won't block HTAs. It'll block
Are there good
VBS.
docs on, like how you write these rules?
Yeah, there is docs. I mean, you can create a quick rule very simply.
Oh, nice. I have like a little wizard for it.
Yeah, it's kind of fancy. You can do path, publisher, file hash. You can kind of specify, files or, browse a folder. You want to allow Atomic Red Team.
Mike, but when will you use app locker versus so you can do, I think with WDAC, you can do publisher, path, and hash too, right?
Yeah, you can. I think the biggest difference is, well, the high level is WDAC is going to be continuously updated and managed by Microsoft. App blocker is kind of like going to the side a little bit, still powerful, just not as going to be updated and kept going, I guess you could say. I'm sure they'll push some updates. And if you remember recently, the app blocker driver was recently abused. I think it was by the Lazarus group.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not see that. I don't remember that actually. I don't remember.
Lazarus group app blocker. Yep. Rootkit via app blocker 0 day. And I have a great source to share for that. It's CSO Online, because I don't know who reads CSO Online. I've never read this blog before. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of interesting. So yeah, they had to push an update for that. That's kind of cool. Actually, I think it was Talos. No, Avast. Avast had published the initial report here. It was the FUD module.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Bring your own. Wow. Well, bring your own driver. Yeah. Well, how does the price? What is the price?
I know. But yeah, I think the biggest thing too that I've seen with WDAC is when you block by hash, you can do by authentihash. So which is a little bit more, I don't know the right word for that. I don't want to say stronger. It's not a stronger hash or a better way. I think it's a better way. I can't think of the right word, but it's like a more robust method of preventing a malicious file. But yeah,
that's pretty cool.
I
don't know any other product that uses authentic hashes, right? That I know of from the top of my head, right?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't think anybody would say besides the driver block list from Microsoft.
VT has it, of course they do.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, this is why we struggle on the LOL driver side sometimes with some of these drivers. They say hash, and then you'll end up digging into it and finding their authentic hash, and then we end up not being able to really find them. Or like they say the hash right here, which may be the legit hash, but we end up finding that like a lot of these are authentic hash, and we can't like cross correlate things, and that's why some are and some are not in the project, because we want to make sure we give valid drivers to our customers of LOL drivers. But yeah,
that's crazy. I don't know enough about how they get put together. I think you're the one who told me before that there's definitely a more robust way for hashing things, at least. But I haven't.
Yeah, what was the term? There was a. Yes, that's what it is. Okay. Unlike the most commonly known flat file hash, the authenticode hash calculation omits the file's checksum, the cert table, and the attribute certificate table. Therefore, the authenticode hash of a file doesn't change when the file's signature and timestamps are altered or when a digital signature is removed from the file.
So it does not change when the signature is removed or altered.
Yep.
Oh, because folks will change out signatures essentially on their stuff.
They can, yeah. You could write.
And you still want to track it across different signatures. The same file just signed differently.
Yep.
It will end up with different hashes on one end, but the authentic hash will still mark it as one file continuously. Like, sorry, I'm trying to understand.
No, yeah, on the right track. Which kind of reminds me, that's a little bit about how like we were finding these really weird drivers. Oh yes. If Nas, you're listening, you will love this. Yeah, so part of us tracking down these really interesting drivers is we found this project on the interweb, and it's still actively being used to re-sign or add to the certificate chain, the tree. It's called Jemmy Loves Jenny. Jemmy Love Jenny. And if you search this up on VT, I'll pull a sample up. Oh, I might not be able to show. Let me see if I can share that screen. Because you won't be able to see the backend stuff unless you have an account. Wow, we're really cool space today. Here we go. So if you look up Jemmy Love Jenny on the search stuff here, it's really interesting because it's like they're actively being signed and used all day, every day. Let's see, where is it? The details, there it is. Yeah, down here you'll see a lot of them are drivers. Why not? But yeah, you'll see like Jimmy Loves Jenny, and they just pad these things on here, and it's like a legit site too. Like whoever runs it actually has like, it's like hosting a the root like signer certificate, so it actually is like practically valid. So 29. Yeah, this is the rabbit hole. It's a good one.
Oh man. So who we look up the CA, who's in this, I guess. Like going back to like, so they're just, I mean, these are different names and issues. They're just generating it off of whatever the other signer is, right? Like,
yeah, you like, I think the idea is that you let me reshare my VM. I think the idea is that you basically add it to a currently signed, or
signed binary, but
yeah. Here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do project to produce a backdated timestamp response to the CoSig to validate expired or revoked code signed signatures. Yeah. And it still works. Like I said, like I could do a new quick search on VT.
And you'll find a bunch of those.
Yeah, and there's stuff like, you sort by first CN. Yep, as of 4/25, which might have been yesterday. Yeah, just sketchy drivers.
And so authentic hashes will find these across different signed versions of themselves. Yep. Going back to being a more robust hash, right? Like that's the whole thing, right? Like if you grab that authentic hash for this, you'll find a whole lot more in VT.
Yep. Yeah, so with WDAC, you would want to block the Jemmy Loves Jenny.
Right. Yep. Or the publisher in this case, like going back to the
I think
the leaf publisher or the parent in this case. If you go back to the VT page, details, you go back to the search chain. Well, I guess
you would want to burn down both of those, right?
But they're generating one of these per binary, right?
Yeah. I wonder if I don't know. I'd have to pull it in and find out.
The Shenzhen Yundian technology. Let's go all the way up to the
just start blocking them all.
Yeah. So anyways, I started blasting.
Anyway, you don't need a root certificate.
Oh, there goes my printers or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's scary, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, Jemmy Love Jenny, right here. That's the site.
Jemmy loves Jenny.
I mean, anybody going to .tk, gosh, I remember chasing those down back in the sock days. Like, oh, Turks Caicos, like, who's going there? Why?
It's nice islands, man.
Yeah. Go make a quick trip, check in.
Exactly.
So yeah, that was like 8 shows in one.
What happens when Paul's gone? Miss Paul.
Yes, this is what happens, Paul. If you're listening.
Interaction.
Yes.
A little bit of Lua.
A little bit of atomics. So, all right. Well, happy Friday. Go get on the weekend. Whoa. Hope everybody has a great one. See yous.